Martin Lawrence is an American actor, producer, stand-up comedian, and writer. He came to fame during the 1990s, establishing a Hollywood career as a leading actor. He first started out in acting when he played Maurice Warfield in What's Happening Now, 1987 to 1988. But his true breakthrough really happened when he played C in the movie Do the Right Thing. Lawrence went on to become a lead actor in Fox television sitcom Martin, and later in other successful films such as Bad Boys and Big Mama's House, with his pay rising to over $10 million for a film role. But despite his success, Lawrence's history has not always been rosy, and his early years is not what any child would wish, for even his successes also came with its own challenges, arrests, and even health issues. This video looks into the life of Martin Lawrence, from his difficult days struggling to make ends meet, and how he overcame the hard times he had to face to become the notable personality he became, and even the challenges he still had to face even after such level of success. But take a pause. How did it all start for Lawrence? Did he ruin his career, or did he lose his fortune? Well, this is what you are about to discover in this video. This is the insane history of Martin Lawrence, how it all started. Early years. Martin Fitzgerald Lawrence was born on April 16, 1965 in Frankfurt, West Germany. He was the fourth of 6 children. His father, John Lawrence, was serving in the US military at the time of his birth. Lawrence was named Martin after the civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr., and his middle name Fitzgerald after the US President John F. Kennedy. When he was 7, his father left the military, and as a result, the family moved from West Germany back to the United States, settling in Landover, Maryland, in the Washington, D.C. area. Sadly, when he was 8 years old, his parents divorced, and things began to take a different turn as Lawrence rarely saw his father, who was a police officer serving as the police chief for Franklin D. Roosevelt VA Medical Center in Montrose, New York. His mother, Clara, worked several jobs, including as a sales representative and cashier at various department stores to support the family. As Lawrence grew into his teen years, he excelled at boxing, and while living in Maryland, he attended Eleanor Roosevelt High School and Friendly High School. He lived in Fort Washington, becoming a Mid-Atlantic Golden Gloves boxing contender, career, and rise to fame. In his early days, Lawrence did comedy shows in the Washington, D.C. area and supported himself by doing odd jobs. Comedian Rich Snyder saw his act and suggested Lawrence make connections in New York. So Lawrence ended up moving to New York City and found his way to the comedy club, The Improv. Shortly after appearing at The Improv, Lawrence won a performance spot on Star Search. He did well on the show and made it to the final round, but unfortunately, he did not win. This must have been a difficult time for Lawrence at this point, but luckily for him, the executives at Columbia Pictures Television saw Martin's performance and offered him the role of Maurice Warfield in What's Happening Now, which was his first acting job. Upon cancellation of that show, Lawrence played bit parts in various films and television series. His breakthrough came when he played C in the film Do the Right Thing, and then other roles followed in films such as the House Party series, Talking Dirty After Dark, and the Eddie Murphy vehicle Boomerang. Also, during this period, he was selected by the entertainment mogul Russell Simmons to host the groundbreaking series Def Comedy Jam, which ended up giving many comedians mainstream exposure. During his time with Def Comedy Jam, Lawrence appeared in his own hit series, Martin, which aired on Fox TV network. The show ran from 1992 to 1997 and was an enormous success. Martin was the flagship of the network's Thursday night lineup, which drew millions of viewers away from NBC's must-see TV lineup. Lawrence went on to host Saturday Night Live on February 19, 1994. The offensive portion of the monologue was edited out of NBC's rerun and syndicated versions, and Lawrence was banned from NBC for a period of time, but he later received an apology from the president of NBC at the time, Warren Littlefield. However, Martin's rating continued to skyrocket so much that Fox became more of a contender against NBC and came closer to being considered among the top television networks. In 1995, Lawrence acted alongside Will Smith in Bad Boys, which was a huge success. Then, in 1997, Lawrence found work in comedy films. He often starred as the second lead opposite actors. Many of his films were blockbusters at the box office, including Nothing to Lose, Life, Blue Streak, and Big Mama's House. Despite the remarkable level of success of movies he starred in, unfortunately not all of them were successful, and some were critical and box office failures, such as Black Knight and National Security. Regardless, his salary steadily increased to over $10 million per film role. He continued to work in film, featuring in movies such as Big Mama's House 2, which grossed over $28 million its first weekend, and Wild Hawks 2007, in which he played a bored suburbanite seeking adventure on the open road in a biker comedy. He also appeared on Open Season as Boog, one of the main characters of the film. In 2008, Lawrence starred in Walt Disney's picture College Road Trip, co-starring Raven Simon. It was his first G-rated film. However, it was not his first appearance in a children's film. He supplied his voice for the film Open Season 2006. In 2011, Lawrence reprised his role as FBI agent Malcolm Turner in Big Mamas, Like Father Like Son, the third film in the Big Mama series. And in January 2013, it was announced that Lawrence and Kelsey Grammer were considering pairing up to star in comedy of Lionsgate Television. Partners paired the two actors as Chicago lawyers from vastly different backgrounds who unexpectedly meet in court on the worst day of their lives. But the show had to be cancelled after one season due to poor reviews. In 2020, Lawrence again reprised his role as Detective Marcus Burnett in the third installment of the Bad Boys franchise and Bad Boys for Life, again alongside Will Smith. The film was also considered a financial success, grossing $112 million in its first 4 days of release. Relationships and family. In 1993, Martin Lawrence was engaged to actress Lac Voorhees, but this was later called off in 1994. However, he later married Miss Virginia USA Patricia Southall in 1995. Lawrence and Southall have a daughter, Jasmine Page, born January 15, 1996, but their marriage ended in 1997. Lawrence began a relationship with Shamika Gibbs. The couple married on July 10, 2010 at Lawrence Beverly Hills home. Lawrence and Gibbs have 2 daughters, Iana Faith and Amara Trinity, but on April 25, 2012, Lawrence filed for divorce from Gibbs, citing irreconcilable differences and asking for joint legal and physical custody of their children, health challenges and arrests. In July 2005, while on the set filming a teen line between love and hate, Lawrence lashed out in a violent rage and was later hospitalized at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. On May 8, 1996, he became increasingly erratic and was arrested as he brandished a pistol in the middle of an intersection in Los Angeles, screaming, "They are trying to kill me." He was again hospitalized, with his public relations agents citing exhaustion and dehydration as the reasons for this episode. On July 29, 1996, he tried to take a gun on a flight and received 2 years probation and a fine. And in August 1999, Lawrence's head took a turn as he slipped into a 3-day coma after collapsing from heat exhaustion while jogging in 100-degree Fahrenheit, 38° centigrade heat in preparation for Big Mama's House while wearing heavy clothing and a plastic suit. He recovered in the hospital after entering a near-fetal coma due to a body temperature of 107° Fahrenheit or 42° centigrade. His breathing assisted by a ventilator. Most recent films and net worth. Most recently, Lawrence starred in his first dramatic role, Mind Cage, in 2022, and on April 20, 2023, Lawrence earned a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Net worth. As of 2023, Martin Lawrence has a net worth of roughly $110 million according to Celebrity Net Worth websites. This is the story of Martin Lawrence and how he became so popular. Hi, thanks for watching to the end. I hope this video has been informative and entertaining. If you like this video and you would like to see more contents like this, kindly like, share, leave a comment in the comment section, and also please subscribe to this channel if you have not already subscribed yet. Thanks for watching to the end. Have a nice day and look out for the next video.